Hi everyone, so as you probably have seen, 10.2 Guardians of the Dream got announced yesterday, and in this video I want to talk about my thoughts and opinions about it, and as well as some of the updates and the content that's gonna come. So first of all, we are gonna go to the Emerald Dream. I don't think anyone is really surprised about this, to be honest. It feels like it's been like something that's like, been coming in a long time, like since the pre-order mount bonus from from Dragonflight, the green Emerald Green Dragon kind of thing. So I don't think it's like anyone's like really surprised about it, but it looks amazing. This whole like aesthetic and everything, especially like now with 10.1 where we've been like underground in the caves. It's kind of like refreshing to go out and be like really in this like the nature part of this like whole thing. So aesthetically, super excited for this. So as if custom, of course, with these like big patches, a new raid is gonna come. Amadressel, which I think is how it's pronounced, I have no idea actually, is a 9 boss raid, which means that it's kind of the middle medium part like lengthwise, which I'm okay with. I don't mind shorter raids, to be honest. It kind of depends on like the difficulty as well, but I mean, it looks amazing. The only like critique here, like aesthetically, and again, because I only going from like this footage that like you're seeing right now, is that like this elvish temple, which looks really nice, is also an aesthetic that can be kind of tiresome, but these new models looks absolutely amazing. Specifically this boss that they highlighted here with like the weaving and stuff like that. That I'm really excited for her. But it seems like the raid's gonna have like a split aesthetically. So you're gonna have like the nature side, like the guardians of the temple that's there to like defend it, and then you have like the fire side and like Pharax's forces and stuff like that you're gonna fight against. And I think that clash works, but it's just like how much is just fire and how much is gonna be nature and stuff like that. So I think if for me personally, aesthetically wise, like I'm not so excited for it, but I'm really excited for the bosses, especially that we actually gonna have dragon riding now in a raid. Yeah, that's a complete game changer, and like it will open up for so many more like mechanical ideas and stuff like that. So I'm all for that, super excited, and also just a great way to like tell a story. And then of course we're gonna end up with Pharax as the last boss, and he's gonna drop, the legendary, and right now we don't really know that much about it. It's a two-handed axe, and it has an unused effect. So the legendary is a two-handed axe that isn't defined or like specific to any class, meaning that if you can use the two-handed axe, then you can use it. And they did talk in an interview that they actually wanted to move a little bit away from like the whole like they wanted to have like something, it's a goal that you can like get over time, which I'm all for. I'm much more for this like a lot longer grind, but then like you're guaranteed to get it rather than it's just basically just chance. But of course, a legendary isn't the only thing coming out of a raid. We also got a bunch of new tier sets, and let's take a look at them. So let's start off with the warrior, and I'm so disappointed. I really hate this. It looks like Juggernaut from like the X-Men, but yeah, I don't know. It's just really. It seems to me I get like leveling gear vibes from it. I mean, I do like the chains on the back, but like. And of course, like also like these are not final. They could change. It's very early and everything. Some of them don't even have the elite constellation, but like I mean the mythic effect or anything. But it's just disappointing. What is amazing though is this like new class set or this new quest set. I mean, look at this for plate wearers. This is amazing. I'm gonna like rock this out absolutely. Now, the Hunter is of course not really known for having the best sets. I do really like it on like the normal color variation here, and I do like the armor pieces like on the chest and like the hands, and there's also like the shoulders. For me, it's the head that's like ruining it, and then also the neck like showing off, like it feels like a little bit like low cut. So yeah, not the biggest fan, but this male set is incredible, as well as the plate. Like this like fur on the back, I'm absolutely in love with this. Like this is definitely something I would like transmog as, like and I want like all the different like color variations. And the Paladin here is something that also been a little bit controversial. I've seen people like, you know, mentioning that the head kind of looks like the Burger King crown, which I can kind of see, but I actually, the more that I look at it, I think it's working, to be honest. I really love the shoulders. I love the mythic here, like colors, like the red and the purple, really fitting. I think if I have to wear it, I would probably like transmog the head off, or like a way that I just like have my, you know, character's face out. But I actually do generally like it. Now I don't know what like the priest did. But this set looks like amazing and incredible. But specifically like on the normal color variation, I'm not a huge fan of the other colors. This kind of reminds me of the Black Temple one. And this heroic, this green one just doesn't fit. I think that looks more like Elephar, to be honest. And then this like mythic effect with like it being like light and stuff like that on a purple set kind of doesn't make sense, because it looks incredible here, but yeah, I don't know what it is with what Priest has done, or like what they're smoking over there, but like they done a really good job with it. Now I still like this open world cloth set, but I do think it's my least preferable one. I think I like the plate and then the mail, the leather. I mean, yeah, the leather and then the cloth. Now Shaman is definitely the winner of this mythic. Like there is not a coloration that doesn't look amazing on them. I love the walls and like the way that they're howling and moving. I love the like, you know, the fur, but like it has like the colors, like, you know, nuances in it and everything. It looks incredible. The PvP set's coloration also is so fitting. And yeah, this is definitely a huge winner in my opinion. And also again, this is like, you know, look at this set. I'm so excited for this like open world like set, yeah. Now the Warlock, for me, kind of falls into that it's fine. It looks like a Warlock. It's what I expect a Warlock to look like, but it doesn't blow me away like the Shaman does. It's good. And it exists and it's there, but it's not really like noticeable kind of way. I do like how it's like it's more metallic looking, like as from like a you know, as a cloth set. I think that's kind of fitting with like the demons and everything. I also like the color variation, but as I mentioned before, it's not really like it's not really sticking out or anything. It just it looks good, but yeah, nothing that I'm barely remembering. Now the Demon Hunter is something I remember. I really like this set. I really do. I love the head, but also just if you take that away, because that like that's like really like what's in your face. The set is kind of like combination of like the Nighthold and the Tomb of the Garrett set, and I think it works really well. This is something I can definitely see myself, you know, playing more with. My favorite set is the normal variation. I don't know what it is, but like the normal is just, it fits so well. And then you have the leather open world set, and this is like so, maybe not the best for demon hunters, but it's so fitting for druids. Like it's more than the other like, you know, sets were, but this is like, yeah, super cool looking. It's like more like owl kind of vibes I get from it. That's why I'm like feeling it's more like druidly or like casterly, you know. Now with the rogue, I kind of have the same feeling as I do with the warlock, in that sense that I like it. I think it looks pretty good, and like the more that I look at it, the more I kind of like it. But my first initial response was just like, oh, I said, I zoom in here on the mats, because like it actually has like a really good design. But it's like, it doesn't really stand out, if you know, like if you saw someone in Valdragon standing in this, like your eyes wouldn't be like drawn to them. And I guess it makes sense for rogue. You don't really want to be like, you know, huge colors and everything. The Mythic set looks like, you know, amazing and incredible here, but yeah, I like it, but it's not, you know, my favorite of the sets. And again, I think it's fitting, but yeah. Now, I really don't have much to say about the Evoker set. It for me, it's I mean, I guess I get the theme of it, that it's like the bronze dragon. You get the sand like pouring out of the time class shoulders, but it's just incredibly boring to look at, to be honest. It seems like something I've seen many times before. I hate this color variation. That looks more like LFR than heroic. And then we are missing, you know, texture on the horns here, but yeah, it's really not doing anything for me, this set here, and I can't really decide. I think I like it more when it's like not pants. Now the Druid is also something I think a lot of people have different opinions on. I don't like the helmet, but I love the fur of everything, you know, the back of the head and also like the shoulders, you know, everything. I think that like works really, really well. For me, it's just kind of a shame that the helmet is like the way it looks like. It doesn't look like a leather, or it looks more like a plate, to be honest. And for me, that doesn't really fit the Druid. But here you can see like how fitting this set is. Now the monk is, in my opinion, one of the biggest losers. I don't know why monks just can't get a good looking set anymore, but this just isn't it. I mean, I get the theme of it, and it makes sense for the monk. I just really don't like it. Like that's it. Like it just, yeah, no, I really don't. But the Death Knight actually got a good set, which is a little bit of a surprise. These two color variations, normal and LFR, it looks incredible. I'm not really huge for the green here, as well as the Mythic. I like the shoulders colors, but the cloth that he's wearing kind of reminds me of the things that you get from the trading post, you know. But anyways, like it's still like a really incredible like set, and you get the like the Death Knight vibe from it, like a juggernaut, you know. That's just like the Undying just coming like your way. And then we have the Mage here. Now the hat completely takes every like attention to you, but like the more if you look apart from the hat, and I do kind of like it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Final Fantasy vibes. But the more you look at the rest of this set, I mean the pants, I don't really get. Like it's just not really like doing it for me, to be honest. And it's not a bad set necessarily. I think it's just a different vibe than like what I usually enjoy. So yeah, overall, I think the sets are a little bit boring, a little bit disappointing. I think there are like some really, really great ones, and like for example, the Shaman, I think is the winner, and the Demon Hunter. But yeah. Now we are also getting a new Mythic Dungeon pool, and I'm gonna make a whole video on that alone, what I think about the individual dungeons and stuff like that. But I think I just wanted to say that I'm actually really happy that we didn't get more Dragonflight dungeons. And I'm gonna mention this in another video, but I really don't necessarily like a lot of the Dragonflight dungeons. I really like the Mega Dungeon, so I'm excited for that. And I'm also like Everbloom is like the one that I voted for, but back when we could vote for, you know, when we got Grimrail. And that's all the size, also one I'm looking very much forward to actually play. So Throne of Tides as well. So I think there are actually some really good dungeons in this, and I can't wait to go a little bit more in depth and tell you about my opinions about that. So one thing I can talk about is these new Druid forms. So right here we have the new like model, the new owl model as like a flight form. You have a new tribal form in this like this cat-looking raptor thing. It uses the raptor skeleton. And then you have these stags, which is also, you know, a tribal form, which looks really cool. I mean, it's like very nice like color variations, and I like how they're fitting with the quest set. You also now get to be a koi fish. And then look at this amazing cat form. Like I love the detail and like the colors and like how it just like these like different nuances of the color like matches and like blends really, really well. You can be like owl bear now, which is something you can be. It is incredible, but what's like most exciting is these rune bears. Now this is like, they are blowing my mind. This is like definitely what I'm like, I'm gonna go after this even if I don't end up playing Guardian Druid at all. Like this is a must-have. And I also just want to point out, I really do love also this like more traditional looking bear. Like it's like graphically it looks like been like a big update, visual update, and it was cool. And then we also got, you know, new Moonkin forms, which I think more is gonna come out these later, but from now they look really, really good. And there are so many more things to talk about. But like the last thing I want to talk about today is actually that in 10.2, a Pathfinder is gonna come to the game again. The achievement where before, you know, that's how you unlock flying. This time it will unlock your old mouse to be able to dragon ride, which is incredible. We don't know much about like what the actual achievement will like, you know, what you will have to do. As I mentioned, like in Shadowlands, they actually got away with all like the rep grind, and you basically just had to play the campaign, if I remember correctly, or you had to do some side missions and stuff like that. But it was relatively like really easy to do. So I hope they go like that route as well, and just makes it like easier to get, because it's such a good upgrade to like being able to fly around like the dragon zones, like with dragon isles on your old mounts. So yeah, as I mentioned, there are so many more things we could discuss, such as the tier set bonuses, the class changes, going a little bit more into depth of the mythic dungeon pool, but I think I'm gonna stop the video now. I really just wanted to highlight some of the things that I'm just like generally like really excited about, like the raid, the new zone, the new like class sets, and the new quest set, the druid forms, and all that, and the Pathfinder. But stay tuned for like future videos, and take care, everyone.